Hi, everybody. Kurt Gowdy of NBC Sports with George Kell, the telecaster of the Detroit Tigers. Once again, roaming the stands with his mini camera and portable microphone will be Tony Kubek. And what a difference today. Bright sun is out. The temperature should be in the 60s, much different than yesterday. The field is still a little bit slippery, it's treacherous. Some of the ball players tell us in the outfield and on the grass, but it is drying out quickly. We have a little breeze going, and it's going to be Nelson Briles, the right-hander for the St. Louis Cardinals. And the Tigers, down to their last hope, are coming back with left-hander Mickey Lolich, who defeated the Cardinals in St. Louis. And so, George, the Tigers not only need a well-pitched game today, but they themselves admit they're not hitting, they're not scoring, and they've got to get some runs in their own ballpark.
Kurt, they've got their backs to the wall. I think they know that. There's no tomorrow unless they can win today. And, of course, as you said, they're putting all their eggs in the basket of one Mickey Lolich, hoping for a well-pitched ball game here today. But the Tigers have got the score. They've been here now in their home ballpark, played 2 ball games. They've only scored 4 times, and they're much better than that. They're not hitting, and they fully expect to get started here today. They're relaxed and a confident ball club, and they think they're going back to St. Louis. Let's take a look at the ballpark right now. Along the left field line, it's 340 feet away, and you move over into left center field, 365, and this is where most of the home runs go here in Tiger Stadium, into left and left center field that are hit in this direction. When you get out into the extreme part of left center field, it becomes 400 feet, and the task is a little bit harder. In center field, it's 440 feet away, one of the deepest center fields in the American League. Only Yankee Stadium is any farther in our league. Over in right center field, where the left-handers take their pokes at the fence, it's 370 feet away. And right down the line in right field, where it's home run heaven here, 325 feet, and the upper deck in right field extends out over this playing field some 5 or 6 feet, and it is possible, as we said on opening day, for towering fly balls coming straight down to hit the facing of the second deck, balls that might be caught. So the Cardinals and the Tigers have been both taking advantage of these short fences.
And this is Nelson Briles, the 25-year-old right-hander from Carmichael, California, number 2 man on the Cardinal staff with 19 wins this year. He lost 8-1 to Lolich in the second game in St. Louis. He was a victim of 3 home runs. He won a series game for the Cardinals last year. Mickey Lolich, the 28-year-old left-hander who lives in Washington, Michigan, 17-game winner this year, finished the season strong just as he did the year before, making his second series start, beating Briles and the Cardinals 8-1 with a very nifty 6-hitter.
Good afternoon.
Now we're just about ready for the player introduction.
For the 5th game of the 1968 World Series. Here are the official lineups. First, the St. Louis Cardinals. Here is the manager of the Cardinals, number 2, Red Schoendienst. Batting first and playing left field, number 20, Lou Brock. Batting second and playing second base, number 25, Julian Javier. Batting third and playing center field, number 21, Curt Flood. Batting fourth and playing first base, number 30, Orlando Cepeda. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 18, Mike Shannon. Batting sixth and catching, number 15, Tim McCarver. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 14, Ron Davis. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, number 27, Dal Maxville. Batting ninth and pitching, number 34, Nelson Briles. And here are the remaining players and coaches of the St. Louis Cardinals. Trials is warming up in the bullpen. Now for the Detroit Tigers. Here's the manager of the Tigers, number 10, Mayo Smith. Batting first and playing second base, number 3, Dick McCauliffe. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 24, Mickey Stanley. Batting third and playing right field, number 6, Al Kaline. Batting fourth and playing first base, number 25, Norm Cash. Batting fifth and playing left field, number 23, Willie Horton. Batting sixth and playing center field, number 5, Jim Northrup. Batting seventh and catching, number 11, Bill Freehand. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 8, Don Wirth. Batting ninth and pitching, number 29, Mickey Lolich, who is warming up in the bullpen. And here are the remaining players and the coaches of the Detroit Tigers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Please rise and join in the singing of our national anthem, which will be played by Merle Alby's band and will be sung by Jose Feliciano.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proud we held at the twilight's last whose broad sky and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Game of the 1968 World Series being brought to you from Detroit, Michigan, as the Cardinals meet the Tigers.
Singing of our national anthem, we're just about ready to get underway here at Tiger Stadium in game number 5, and this is it for the Tigers. They must win today or the World Series will be over. Here are the umpires poised on the steps of the Tiger dugout. Doug Harvey will be behind home plate. Doug of the National League. Bill Howler of the American League will be at first base. Tom Gorman of the National League will be at second base. Jim Honachik of the American League will be the third base umpire. Stan Landis of the National League will be down the left field line. And Bill Kinnaman of the American League will be the umpire down the right field line. So the umpires are moving out of the Tiger dugout toward home plate. That's Mayo Smith in the background, and coming over from the Cardinal dugout is manager Red Schoendienst. Here's Red. As Kurt told you, it's a bright, sunshiny afternoon here in Detroit. quite contrast to yesterday's day when we did not see the sun at any time and we had rain throughout most of the ball game. Here's the throwing out of the first ball. This is Goose Goslin, former great Detroit Tiger player who is now in the Hall of Fame, and that's Mr. John Fetzer to his right and Commissioner Eckert to his left, and Bill Freehand moving into the picture to give the ball back and to shake hands. We pause briefly for station identification. The Tigers are taking the field, and we're just about ready to go with the first pitch of the 5th game of the 1968 World Series. Here are the lineups. Lou Brock will lead off and play left field. Julian Javier will bat second and play second base. Curt Flood will be in center field and bat third. Orlando Cepeda at first base and bat fourth. Mike Shannon will be at third base and bat fifth. Batting sixth will be the catcher, Tim McCarver. Batting seventh will be right fielder Ron Davis. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, Dal Maxville. And batting ninth and doing the pitching for the Cardinals will be Nelson Briles. Big hand for Mickey Lolich as he goes to the mound to take his warm-up tosses with Bill Freehand. For the Tigers today, Dick McAuliffe will lead off and play second base. Batting second and playing shortstop will be Mickey Stanley. In the number 3 position and playing right field, Al Kaline. Batting fourth and playing first base will be Norman Cash. Batting fifth and playing left field, Willie Horton. In the 6th position and playing center field is Jim Northrup. Batting seventh and doing the catching, Bill Freehand. Batting eighth and playing third base, Don Wirt. And batting in the number 9 position and doing the pitching for the Tigers will be left-hander Mickey Lolich. Mickey, you remember, was winner of game number 2 in this World Series. Well, we're about ready to go and moving into the mic, all set to bring you the play-by-play. Here's Curt Gowdy.
Thank you, George Kell. Lou Brock getting ready to step in now. You study Lolich in slow motion. Lou Brock leads the series in batting. He led the series in batting last year. He's hitting .500. He's had 8 hits and 16 times up, and he's also the leading RBI man with 5. And, of course, has tied the stolen base record with 7. He's hit him short. He's hit him deep. He's hit him to left. He's hit him to right center. He's hit him to right. He's done everything. He's been on base 7 times in the last 2 games, and the first pitch to him is high and inside for a ball. The breeze today from third to first, favoring balls hit in the air toward right field. The left-handed full hitters have the advantage today. And as you saw, it's a fairly stiff breeze. There's a drive to left. That one's headed toward the corner. Willie Horton out after. Brock is coming into second. And Lou Brock, who is a great player during the season, but belongs in another league in a World Series, has his 9th hit. He's now had 2 doubles, a triple, 2 homers. Oh, he's hit with power. Julian Javier is batting .400. Lifetime series average of .365. Another Cardinal who seems to rise to the occasion in World Series time. 6 hits and 15 times. Brock led off yesterday's game with a homer, leads off this one with a double. Strike to Javier. Lolich usually pitches well in this ballpark. He won 12 and lost 2 here this year. He won 5 and lost 7 on the road. And this park is tougher to pitch in than some of the bigger ballparks on the road in the American League. And he had a good earned run average here of 2.39. No balls, one strike to Javier. Fouls it back. 0-2. Javier, 32 years old, lives in the Dominican Republic. Mickey Lolich, 6 feet tall, 185-pounder. Just turned 28 years of age. His two-strike pitch. Ground ball is short. Stanley holds Brock at second. Throws over and gets him. Javier's out. Short to first. Lou Brock still on second. One out. And Curt Flood coming up. Well, everybody was flabbergasted when they put Stanley at short to open the series. He's done just about everything you can do out there as a shortstop. Curt Flood batting .313. 5 hits in 16 times. Cepeda will be on deck. Just underway here in the first inning, no score. There goes Brock, and it's a blooper to right. It'll score Brock. Brock had a big jump, and I think, George, if Flood had not swung, Brock might have had third base stolen.
He had a good lead, and Lolich was trying to hold him close, but when this fellow makes up his mind to go, Curt, he gets the great lead. He seems to have a knack of knowing when they're not going to throw to the base.
Cardinals last year and this year tell us he doesn't try to steal third too many times. Yesterday he stole third. Now we have Curt Flood at first. And the Cardinals have jumped out in front 1-0 in the first inning. One down, Cepeda up. Orlando's had 4 hits in 17 times, batting .235. Fouls it off the fist down the third base line. 0-1. That RBI for Flood was his second of the series. There he is getting his lead. Inside of Cepeda, a ball, 1-1. Cepeda hit a ball here in the Saturday game with a wind much like it is today, and it held it up. It was caught on a warning path in left center. Nearly had Flood going the wrong way. Then he hit a line drive later for a home run, but he might have had 2 home runs in that game had it not been for the wind. 1-1 pitch. Good fastball by Lolich. Orlando Cepeda, 31 years old this month. A 1-2 pitch to him. Outside, didn't miss much. 2-2. Orlando lives in Puerto Rico. Plays winter ball there. 2-2. Cardinals leading 1-0 in the first inning. Flood dancing around, as you saw. Lolich stepped off on him. Look at him study Lolich. The 2-2 pitch. Curve is foul back. The Cardinals had not hit too much at the end of the year. They weren't supposed to have the power the Tigers had. And the power was supposed to favor the Tigers in Tiger Stadium. But it hasn't turned out that way. A lot of times in sports, things go against the form. There he goes, low inside, the throw down, and it's a stolen base for Curt Flood. McAuliffe had to dig that one up out of the dirt. And here it is, George, on the rerun.
Curt Flood with a good lead. Freehand's throw is in the dirt, as you can see, and they had no chance to get him. McAuliffe just blocked it. This is a different angle. You can see the jump. This fellow runs a lot like Brock. He doesn't run quite as fast or get quite the lead, but he's a good base runner.
Good play by McAuliffe to keep that ball from going through, George. Reaching into the runner and out to his left there. That's the second stolen base for Flood in this series and the 10th for the Cardinals. Now they have a man in scoring position. They have the forced double play situation taken off. The 3-2 count to Cepeda. And he hits a high drive to deep left. That one is sailing back, going, and it is in the seats for a home run. Orlando Cepeda getting RBIs 5 and 6. He now leads the series in runs batted in. And these Cardinal bats continue to boom at Tiger Stadium. Cepeda, who had gone 60 times in the World Series at bat without a home run until Saturday, and then comes through again today. Mike Shannon, the Cardinal third baseman, is up. Pitches high to him for a ball. Cardinals 3, Tigers nothing. There's one out, nobody on, and now we're getting some action in the Tiger bullpen. Fred Lasher starting to warm up. The curve is outside, a ball, 2-0. Fred Lasher, who pitched in relief yesterday. Once again, the Tigers are going to have to try and play catch-up. A 2-0 pitch. Shannon can't get the curve. 2-1. Coaching at first is Dick Sisler for the Cardinals. And over at third is Joe Schultz. Two and one pitch. A high fly to straightaway center. Jim Northrup waiting for it. We have 2 down. Tim McCarver batting .353, 6 hits and 17 times up, and he's driven in 4 runs. Three runs in, 2 down, nobody on, top of the first inning. Nothing in 1 to McCarver. Now the count's 0-2 to McCarver with 2 outs, bases empty. Cardinals have tagged Lolich for half as many hits as he gave up the entire game in St. Louis. The curve is strike 3. 3 runs for St. Louis, 3 hits. There were no errors and nobody left. And at the end of the first half inning, the Cardinals 3, the Tigers coming to bat. Nelson Briles, his 3rd series start, and his 4th World Series game. He pitched a 5-2 complete game win at St. Louis in the 3rd game of the series last year. He lost the 2nd game of the series to Lolich 8-1. Gave up 4 runs, 7 hits in 5 innings, allowing home runs to Horton, Lolich, and Cash. He was born in Doris, California. Lives now in Carmichael, California. Lieutenant Santa Clara University and Chico State College. 25 years old, and the first batter for the Tigers is Dick McAuliffe. McAuliffe batting .294 from Avon, Connecticut. Nothing on one to McAuliffe. Kaline has been the leading hitter for the Tigers, batting .353. McAuliffe the second with a .294 average. High fly in the shallow center. Kurt Flood looking up in that sun. Puts it away for the first out. Those sunglasses will come in handy out there today. Mickey Stanley, 3 hits in 16, batting .188. Al Kaline to follow. Cardinals out in front, 3-0, last of the first. High flying, fairly deep right center. Flood over there again. 2 down. Now Kaline up, who's played a marvelous World Series for the Tigers. Batting .353, been outstanding in the field. And the hometown Tiger fans have appreciated his play over 16 years there. Right in back of him is Governor Romney. Like he's munching on a hot dog, like all the other ball fans here today. Ball 1 to Kaline. Tigers have 2 down, nobody on. Foul back. 1-1. Strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Al Kaline. One and two. They have 2 and 2 in the scoreboard, and the umpire now signals 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. 2 away, nobody on. Foul again. Kaline, born in Baltimore, Maryland, never played a day of minor league baseball in his life. 33 years old. A hard-luck fellow with injuries throughout his career. Goes after a curve. And Briles gets him down 1-2-3 in the first. At the end of the first inning, the Cardinals 3 and the Tigers nothing. Ron Davis is up now. Strike. Davis playing right field today as the Cardinals platoon in right with a left-hander going. Davis takes over when the Tigers are pitching a right-hander. Roger Maris is in right field. Davis went 0 for 4 in the game against Lolich at St. Louis. A little nubber back to the mound. Lolich slips but still throws him out. The grass has not dried out yet. It is probably drying out rapidly, but the outfield, the infield grass is still slippery in the dirt. The edges around the foul ground are still on the soft side. 1 out, nobody on, and Dal Maxwell, the Cardinal shortstop. He hasn't had a hit in 13 times up. And Bill Freehan are still looking for their first hit. That was ball 1 to him. Cardinal pitcher Nelson Briles is scheduled up next. The 1-0 pitch. He pops it up to the left side. Shortstop Stanley. 2 down. And here's Briles now. Have you noticed already the shadows are covering home plate here? The pitcher's throwing out of the bright sunshine into the darkness at home plate. Which makes it tough on the hitter, but didn't seem to bother the Cardinals too much in the first inning. St. Louis 3, Detroit nothing. 0-1 to Briles. Lou Brock on deck at the top of the Cardinal batting order. Lolich curves him and it's inside a ball. 1-1. Briles has a lifetime batting average in the National League of 127. 2-1 to him. 2 down, nobody on. Three and 1. Lolich behind the opposing pitcher. Strike 2. 3-2. Doug Harvey has that delayed call that some umpires do behind the plate on the strike. He has to wait just a little bit. Here's a 3-2 delivery. Foul off the mask of the catcher, Freehand. Wonder if Mickey Lolich drove his motorcycle in today, George.
I think the Detroit Ball Club asked him to stay off of the motorcycle. I think that phase has ended for a little while at least.
3-2. 2 down. Struck him out. 1-2-3 inning for Lolich. At the end of an inning and a half, it's the Cardinals 3 and the Tigers nothing.
10 more blades to go.
5 blades to go.
3? Just 3 blades to go? That's it? I used up all the old blades? Now I can use the new Gillette Super Stainless Steel blade with the miracle plastic coating on the edge. They say it's supposed to spoil you.
The spoiler.
Down to Tony Kubek.
Thank you, Kurt. Here's an all-time Dodger great, Duke Snyder. Duke, do you think we're going back to St. Louis? Well, I'd like to see it go back, but Detroit's got their work cut out for them now, Tony. What have you been doing? Well, I'm with the San Diego Baseball Club. Now we're going to be in the National League next year. Duke Snyder, good to see you again. Now let's go back upstairs.
Norm Cash, 4 hits in 16, batting .250. Had 1 homer. He hit that one off Briles in St. Louis. Briles' breaking pitch was good for a strike. Cash, Horton, and Northrup. Foul away. Briles is quick with his fastball so far.
Kurt, he's getting the curveball over today. This is something he was not doing in St. Louis, and he had to come back with a fastball, and they hit some home runs off of him. But today he's getting the curve over, and he's quick.
He has Cash in a hole, 2 strikes. There they drive in the deep right. That ball is off the top of the wall. Flood playing it beautifully, holds him to a single. It missed a home run by about a foot, and Kurt Flood played the carom beautifully. That's one of the longest singles you'll ever see.
Kurt, it was home run all the way, but he just didn't get it up in the air. And the ball hit, as you said, about a foot from the top of the fence and caromed right into the glove of Flood. And Cash had no choice but to hold on at first base.
This game is authorized under television rights granted by the Commissioner's Office solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Commissioner is prohibited. Willie Horton had 2 hits at 12 times. Both those hits were against Briles. The Tigers now have their first base runner. There's a ball hit to Shannon. Good stop for 1. Javier's relay for 2. Around the horn with a double play, and across the body stab by Mike Shannon. And an old third baseman should be able to talk about this.
He makes a great play here. That was labeled base hit all the way, Kurt, and turns it into a good double play. Javier, as you can see here, got the throw in a bad position, but yet he made a good relay to first base. He was reaching toward left field to take that throw. He likes to have it on the first base side, but he got it on the other side. Still made a good play.
2 down. Jim Northrup has had 2 hits in 16 times. The Cardinals out in front 3-0, scoring 3 times in the first inning. A ball to Northrup.
Kurt, this is still a game of inches. Cash misses a home run by a foot, and that ball missed being a 2-base hit by a foot or less, and there you are.
His breaking pitch out of the strike zone for ball 2. 2-0 to Jim Northrup. 2 down, nobody on. On deck, Bill Freehand. Big bounding ball to Briles. He'll go over. Now he flips to Cepeda. Briles had ideas of going over to make the play himself at first. Northrup was out from the pitcher to the first baseman. The Tigers are retired in a second. No runs, 1 hit. There were no errors, nobody left. At the end of 2 innings now, it's the Cardinals 3 and the Tigers nothing.
Oh, I'm so nervous. What if I got Dodge fever? Right in the middle of cutting this $2 million diamond.
Some things just can't wait, like the Dodge Dart Swinger 340. Young, new compact with a wild new personality. The size, style, and looks say it all.
Please, I don't want to make a boo-boo.
With bumblebee stripes, dual exhaust, 4 on the floor, and a new high-performance hood. What gives the Swinger its swing? 340 cubes of V8.
Easy. Oh, no. Oh, boy, am I going to get yelled at.
Dodge Dart Swinger 340 for $1969. Dodge Fever. More distracting than ever.
Dodge is turning up the fever now.
NBC will cap off a fabulous year of sports. So far has included the Desert Classic, the All-Star Game of Baseball, the World Series, the AFL Championship, the Sugar Bowl, granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl, the Orange Bowl, the Senior Bowl, the Super Bowl, all in color exclusively on NBC. Lou Brock up, batting .529 in this 1968 World Series. Takes the pitch for a ball. He doubled into the left field corner his first time. He now has 9 hits in the series. If this series were to go 5 games, he's already tied the record for most hits in a 5-game series. Ball 2. Javier's on deck. Willie Horton over there in the left field corner for him. Jim Northrup well over in left center. Strike, 2-1. You can see Don Word in on the grass. Cash has to play in against him. The 2-1 pitch. The sinking fastball missing. 3 balls, 1 strike. Three runs, 3 hits for the Cardinals. No runs, 1 hit for the Tigers. 3-1 pitch. 3-2 to Lou Brock. Here at Tiger Stadium, the Cardinals have been connected. Getting their bats on the ball. They're up there. Not over swinging. The 3-2 pitch. There's a drive hit deep into the left field corner. It's going to be a foul ball. He has power, and especially power to the opposite field. He's one of the few players to ever hit a home run into the center field bleachers at the old Polo Ground. And if you saw the game yesterday on TV, you saw him hit one way up there in the bleachers in right center field in the upper deck. Not too many do that. Three and two to Lou Brock. Nobody on, nobody out. Punches it foul again down the left field line. Lou Brock, born in El Dorado, Arkansas. Lives now in Olivet, Missouri. The 3-2 pitch. A hard smash into center field. And Brock's on again. He now has 10 hits. And this is the 5th game, which is only in the 3rd inning. Well, we'll see what he does now. He has tied his own World Series record of 7 stolen bases. The next one he steals will be a new World Series record if he goes, if he's successful. Javier grounded out his first time. He's also going for a lifetime World Series record. He and Eddie Collins each have 14 lifetime stolen bases in World Series play. Javier fouls it back. Brock had a home run in game 1, a walk and a single in game 2, a walk and 3 hits in game 3, a homer, triple, and double in game 4, and now a double and single in game 5. Brock studying lowly, getting that good walking lead. There he goes, a pitch out, the throw, and they have him this time. They pitched out and got him.
Well, we'll take a look at it, Kurt. Here's the pitch out, and Freehan makes the perfect throw to McAuliffe right on the inside part of the bag, and Brock is out. When you pitch out, it's pretty hard to get the steal, and Freehan called the turn exactly right here. He made the good throw right on the inside part of the bag. You can see Brock is out. One good stride from the bag.
So it's 1 out now. Nobody on, and a 1-1 count to Javier. The Cardinals ahead 3-0. A curve is hit out to Stanley. It's short. Stanley's throw right on the money, and they're 2 down. Curt Flood blooped a single in the right field his first time up to drive in a run. And he's now batting .353 in the series. Two away for the Cardinals. Base is empty. One ball, no strike. The Tigers have Fred Lasher and Don McMahon warming up. The 1-0 pitch is high, ball 2. They're behind by 3 runs. This is their last chance today. Everything will have to go for them. The 2-0 pitch to Flood. The strike, 2-1. Mickey Lolich, a left-handed pitcher, but does everything else right-handed. Working to Curt Flood with a count 2-1. Flood trying to go to pitch the opposite way. Missed the curve, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Low and inside doing ball 3. Flood is an interesting fellow. He's quite a portrait painter. Very fine oil painter. 3-2. Fouls it upstairs. So Lolich will serve up another 3-2 pitch as his manager, Mayo Smith, watches. Two down, bases empty. It's the Cardinals 3, the Tigers nothing in the third. Big chopper hit to Don Wirtz. Wirtz throw, Flood is out, and the Cardinals are out in the third. And Lolich now settling down. No runs, 1 hit, there were no errors, nobody left. At the end of 2.5 innings, it's the Cardinals 3 and the Tigers nothing.
Jeremy I. Parsons got a red convertible loan from the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce and bought a blue fastbag with buckets. You look great in blue, Jerry. On the other hand, Wilfred S. Hughes got a Commerce red convertible loan and bought a beige sedan.
After you picked me up at the hairdresser's, you could... Wilfred, watch out for that truck. Wilfred, it says no left turn. Take me down to Mary Jane's, dear.
Well, sure beats walking, eh, Willie? Meanwhile, Miss Charis B. Holmes got a Commerce red convertible loan and bought a pickup. A Commerce red convertible loan, you might even get a red convertible. Whatever you want, from cars to cameras, boats to broadloom, get it with a bank plan loan from the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. You'll find it easy to arrange. Just talk to the man at the Commerce.
Right now, let's go downstairs quickly.
Kurt, I've got one of the top sports writers in the country, Mr. Dick Young. Dick, are the Cardinals really this good?
Oh, they're that good. They ran away from the National League, and they're running away from this club. The National League, I think, is a little better league than the American League right now.
Dick Young, thank you so much. Now let's go back upstairs.
Bill Freehand, no hits in 12 times. He struck out 7 of those 12 times. There's a high drive. See what the wind does with that one. It's holding it up, and Brock is under it and makes the grab. Let's get on that flag again and show you how this breeze is blowing. It's a factor right now. It's blowing from third to first, right across the diamond. Any other day, that ball would have been in the seats. That's the same kind of drive that Cepeda hit here on Saturday. And Freehan's high drive to deep left center was held up and becomes an out. 1 down. Don Wirtz, 1 hit in 8 times. He's batting number 8 in the lineup. Pitch is low for a ball. Well, 3 of the last 4 men have tagged Briles. Coaching at first is Wally Moses, and over at third is Tony Cuccinella. Ball 2. 3 of the last 4 men, George, have hit Briles hard. Cash, the line drive off the wall and right. Horton hit a ball hard down the third baseline, but into a double play. And now Freehand has hit the long fly.
And you're right. Freehand's ball was out of here at one time, and the wind brought it back.
Low and away. 3-0 to Wirtz.
Freehand said before the ball game today, Kurt, that he felt like yesterday he was giving in a little to Gibby, and he was backing up, and today he was going to get on top of the plate and go in with the pitches. And I was watching him. He's right on top of the plate, and he went for the first pitch, and he gave it a ride.
Riles behind Wirtz, 3-0. Ball 4. Word is on. Mickey Lolich coming up. Lolich had 2 hits in St. Louis. He had a home run off Riles in the third, the first home run he ever hit in professional baseball. Well, he comes to the plate. He's a 500 hitter in this World Series. Cardinals ahead, 3-0. Tigers batting last of the third. Shannon looking for a bunt, creeping up that third baseline. Now McCarver's going out to talk to Briles, and Cepeda's coming over, as Briles has delivered 5 balls in a row. One to nothing to Lolich. Dick McAuliffe on deck. That's word on first. 1 out. Two to nothing. Six balls in a row delivered by Briles. His 2-0 pitch. That's a strike. 2-1. Briles became a starter last year in July when Bob Gibson had a broken leg. The 2-1 pitch. Strike 2, 2-2. Since then, he was a reliever up until Gibson's broken leg last year. They put him in starting rotation. Did an outstanding job, and he's not relieved since. He's become the number 2 man on the Cardinal staff. 2-2 to Lolich. 1 out. Don Word at first base. Struck him out. That's the second strikeout for Briles. The Tigers have 2 down. Top of the order, Dick McAuliffe, who flied out his first time. We're now at the top of the Tiger batting order. St. Louis is ahead, 3-0. Last of the third. Briles drops the curve over for a strike. Just yelled out at Cepeda to play a little closer to the bag. Worth there. Check swing, taps it down to third. Shannon barehanding it. Oh, what a play by Cepeda with a big split and the scoop at first. Cardinals have played fine defensive ball in this series. No runs for the Tigers. No hits, there were no errors, 1 left. At the end of 3, it's St. Louis 3 and Detroit 0.
Just look what Plymouth's up to now.
Meet the beautiful 1969 GTX, one of the exciting Plymouth Belvedere line that includes Roadrunner and Sports Satellite. GTX is all sport, all luxury and comfort. From any angle, GTX is a great-looking performance car at a down-to-earth price. The sporty Plymouth Barracuda has a look and a personality all its own. A personality you can mold to match your own with a list of options as long as your arm. Fury, Valiant, Barracuda, and Belvedere at your Plymouth dealers.
In Commissioner Eckert's box today, John Ricardo, Byron Nichols, Dick Forbes, and with a light raincoat with the glasses, Joe Reichler, also at the Commissioner's office, and Charlie Seeger. 1 strike to Orlando Cepeda, who hit a 2-run homer in the first inning. Leading the series now and runs batted in with 6, fouls it upstairs. 0-2. If you joined us late, Brock didn't waste any time starting the Cardinals off. He doubled to left in the first. After Javier grounded out, Kurt Flood singled to right, scoring Brock, and then Cepeda pumped the home run into the left field seat. That's been the scoring so far. Cepeda strikes out on 3 pitches. Lolich records his 3rd strikeout. Mike Shannon up. Well, since that rocky start by Lolich, he has settled down. Let's see, 2, 5, 8, 9. He's retired 8 of the last 9 men he's faced. Mike Shannon batting .333 in the series. A slow curve is a strike. That brought the moves and ahs. Fouls a breaking pitch off again. That's slow, curving pitch. Lolich records his 3rd strikeout. Mike Shannon up. Well, since that rocky start by Lolich, he has settled down. Let's see, 2, 5, 8, 9. He's retired 8 of the last 9 men he's faced. Mike Shannon batting .333 in the series. A slow curve is a strike. That brought the moves and ahs. Fouls a breaking pitch off again. That's slow curveball. That's a pitch that looks like you could grab a bat in the stands and run out and hit. But it's not that easy.
You could, Kurt, if you weren't looking for the fastball.
Right.
And, after you've committed yourself, as you've got to do on nearly every pitch, it's a tough one to hit.
2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. The Cardinals ahead 3-0 in the 4th inning. That makes the count 1-2. Tim McCarver's on deck. Lolich pitching 1-2. Ball hit down the first baseline. Cash is hot right over his glove. There goes Shannon down to second. And we'll see how they score that one. Mike Shannon winds up at second. There's 1 out. And an error has been charged on Norman Cash, failing to come up with that ground ball off the bat of Shannon. The Tigers now have made 9 errors in the series. The Cardinals have made 1. One of the reasons the Cardinals are leading 3-1. McCarver took a called 3rd strike his first time. Looks at the curve for ball 1. Ron Davis on deck. Two 2-0. That's Shannon at second. There's 1 out. Lolich behind in the count, 2-0. Tim McCarver of Memphis, Tennessee. The 2-0 pitch to him. Now it's ball 3. Lolich has not walked the batter yet, but he's 3-0 to McCarver. 3 balls, no strikes. All 4, says umpire Harvey. McCarver goes to first. Shannon's on second. 1 away. Right-handed batter Ron Davis comes up. Davis tapped out to the pitcher his first time. Playing Davis about 3 steps to left. That fastball tailing away from the right-hander. That had something on it. Shannon at second, McCarver at first, 1 out. One strike pitch, fouls it back. Now it's no balls and 2 strikes to Ron Davis. Davis lives in Portsmouth, Virginia. He came to the Cardinals from Houston in June in a trade for outfielder Dick Simpson and pitcher Hal Gilson, who went to Duke University. The 2-strike pitch, curve is hit to straightaway center. Northrup coming in, waiting, makes the grab. Runners hold, 2 down. And Dal Maxwell, the batter. He popped up his first time. So it's 3 runs, 4 hits for the Cardinals, no runs, 1 hit for the Tigers in the 4th inning. Both runners had good leads, nearly a wild pitch. That one hooked off the fingertips of Mickey Lolich. Not holding at first against McCarver. He'll get a big lead there. There's Shannon getting his lead at second. A curve is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Tiger bullpen is quiet now. It warmed up twice early in the 1st inning and again in the 3rd. A 1-1 pitch. Maxwell fouling it back, and the count is 1-2. '29-year-old Dal Maxwell. Strikes out. Lolich really toughened up now since the 1st. No runs for the Cardinals. They had no hits. There was 1 Tiger error, and the Cardinals left 2. At the end of 3 1/2, St. Louis 3, Detroit nothing.
If you've been looking for a lime shaving cream that's not too sweet, Gillette Foamy has what you've been looking for. Because Gillette Foamy has this. The lemon lime. It's part lemon, part lime. The essence of the lemon keeps the tang in the lime. And that keeps this shaving cream from smelling too sweet. Gillette Foamy with lemon lime. Wait till your face gets a taste of it.
Take razor in right hand. Right hand. Now press button A.
You'd think to change your old Techmatic razor into our new adjustable Techmatic might be a big deal. But all you do is take out your old cartridge and put in our new one. It not only has all the advantages of the old Techmatic, but it now adjusts for a closer shave. You also get one other little satisfaction. You did it all yourself.
All right, let's see if we can find Tony around the ballpark somewhere.
Here I am, Kurt. I have with me the director of Baseball's Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York, Mr. Ken Smith. Kenny, I know you're here to pick up some baseball mementos. Have you done any good yet?
Yes, we already have a dandy. We had Bob Gibson's glove. Directly after he pitched that great game in St. Louis, I got the glove the next day, and it was sent to Cooperstown directly by courier and has been on view in Cooperstown all weekend.
You and baseball work fast.
Oh, we certainly do. We keep up with all the modern boys.
Thank you, Kenny Smith. Let's go back upstairs.
Mickey Stanley starts it off for the Tigers in the last of the fourth inning. Ball one, and Briles fell down. That's an unusual sight. Very rarely see a pitcher fall flat on his face like that. Strike to Stanley. Tigers have scored 2 runs in the last 18 innings here at Tiger Stadium against the Cardinals. Stanley flying out his first time. Breaking pitch low and away, and the count is 2-1. They just are not getting any runs. Stanley, Kaline, and Cash this inning. After the high fastball and fouls it away. 2-2. Nelson Briles defeated every opposing National League club in 1968 except the Mets. He was consistent both at home and away, had winning records, winning 8-4 in St. Louis, winning 11, losing 7 on the road. His 2-2 pitch to Stanley. There's a drive down the right field line. It's a fair ball. Stanley on his way to second and may come for 3 to throw to Javier. Javier holds the ball, and Stanley has a triple. Out in that right field corner, that ball bounded away from Ron Davis. By the time he picked it up and fired into Javier, Stanley, who could run, got into third. Now the Tiger fans come to life. They're starting to pick up some hope. They were downcast after the first inning when the Cardinals broke with 3 runs, but Lolich has settled down. Here's Kaline. He struck out his first time. Tigers have a runner on third, nobody out. Fastball strike to Kaline. Mickey Stanley at third. That was the first triple for the Tigers in the series. That low fastball makes it 0-2. Stanley at third, no outs. 3-0 St. Louis, last of the fourth inning. Woo-hoo. That was close. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Briles is feeding Kaline's fastball, 3 in a row. Kaline's a good breaking ball hitter. A 1-2 pitch. And down he goes. Stanley holds at third. It's a fair ball. Kaline trying to get out of the way. Tapped it out in front of the plate. Stanley's on third. They were watching to see what Stanley was going to do. Kaline is out. And Norm Cash comes up. Now we had the pitcher fall down and the batter go down. This 5th game of the series being brought to you live and in color by NBC, where America watches more sports than on any other network. Norm Cash lined a single, a long single off the right center field fence his first time, where Curt Flood played to carry him and held him at first. He missed the home run by about a foot. He bounds that one foul down the first base line. Stanley on third, 1 down. Cardinals have 3 runs, 4 hits. The Tigers, no runs, 2 hits. This is the last of the 4th inning. This is Curt Gowdy with George Kell and Tony Kubek. NBC hopes you've been enjoying the World Series. One and one. Tiger fans yelling, go, go, go. High fly should score the run. Coming over to handle it is Brock. The tag by Stanley. And he's in there. Wrong throw by Brock, though. Good throw by him.
He was a long way out there, Curt, and it looked like he had no chance to get him. He made a good throw to the plate. It wasn't close, but he made a fine effort.
A sacrifice fly for Cash, a run batted in, and the Tigers are on the scoreboard. It's St. Louis 3 and Detroit 1. Willie Horton wrapped into a double play with a smash down the third baseline his first time up. So the Tigers now have 2 down, nobody on. Playing Horton deep and way over to left in the outfield. Fouls it back. But take a look out there at Curt Flood. He's nearly on the warning path for Horton. And Brock's just a couple of steps in front of the warning path to the left.
Come on, Willie, baby, we love you. Talk it to us.
One strike to Horton, 2 down, nobody on. One and one to him. And as we look at that infield, Javier's over by second base, as you see. One and one. Fly ball in the deep right center, and that ball is going to be bounding around out there. Horton is coming on. Here's the throw, and he is in with a triple.
Here's a replay of it, a long belt in the deep right center. This is the deepest part of this park. And Willie Horton, with some very daring base running here, goes in head first and just does beat the relay, as you can see. It's the throw a little off to the right, or he'd have been out.
George, that was a gamble play with 2 down. He could score from second on a base hit. Goes into third. So Willie Horton is tripled. And when we showed you that outfield, how they were swung around, way around to left center, Horton got that ball in an open gap in right center. Jim Northrup bounced out. So a triple. A sacrifice fly and now a triple. And the Tigers trying to battle back, have their fans roaring here, and the Cardinals are going to get some action in their bullpen. Steve Carlton, rangy left-hander, starting to warm up. The first pitch to Northrup's a strike. Tigers have hit some balls hard today off trial, but have only one run. 1-1 to him. There are 2 outs. Willie Horton at third. 3-1 St. Louis. Ground ball to Javier. Takes a bad hop, and in to score is Willie Horton. And now the Tigers are 1 run down. Just as Javier went to field that, it hit something out there and took the bad hop over his head. A base hit for Northrup and a run batted in.
Here's a replay of it. You can see Javier ready to get it. The ball hit something, bounded up. He just got his glove on it, and it scooted into right center field.
Bill Freehan hit a long fly to left. And when it left the bat, looked like it might go, but it was held up by the crosswind today, blowing from third to first. 2 down, runner on first. It's a curve strike. So now it is the Cardinals 3 runs, 4 hits. The Tigers 2 runs, 4 hits. One strike to Freehan. Pitch low and away to him, a ball. 1-1. Carlton has quickened his warm-up pace in the bullpen, throwing as fast as he can. And he's ready, I believe, now if they need him. 1-1 pitch. Curve again. Low for ball 2, 2-1. Capeta says, come on, let's get this fellow out. Well, the game started out as another Cardinal romp, and now we've got something going here in Detroit. 2-1 to Freehan. Ball 3, high and in tight. 3-1. Jim Northrup at first, 2 down. 3-1 pitch. A high fly into right field. Ron Davis is coming over for it. Makes the catch, and the Tigers are retired in the 4th. But they got 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 1 left. At the end of 4, St. Louis 3, Detroit 2.
You see that statue? They picked me to bring it in.
I handle my cranes with finesse.
As long as I don't get Dodge fever, no sweat. Right?
Right. It's a thing of beauty, isn't it? 1969 Dodge Charger SE. Charger excitement in a stunning new special edition. Packed with extras that aren't extra on this one.
So far, so good.
In here, a world of vinyls and leathers and wood grain luxury. A new front grille just for looks, and an optional 440 Magnum V8 just for kicks.
E.T. Oh, no.
Charger's special edition for 1969. It's why Dodge Fever is more smashing than ever.
Dodge is turning up the fever now.
We pause briefly for station identification. We're going to the top of the fifth inning. The Cardinals scored 3 runs in the first. When Brock doubled, Flood singled him in, and Cepeda hit a home run. Since then, Mickey Lolich has allowed just 1 hit, a single by Brock. And the Tigers have come up with 2 runs in the fourth. So your totals are 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Cardinals, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Tigers. Nelson Briles struck out his first time. It'll be Briles, Brock, and Javier this inning. Kerr strikes to Briles. Mickey Lolich has 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, has given up 4 hits. Blew the fastball by him. 0-2. Just got a piece of the curve. Lou Brock on deck. No balls, 2 strikes. 1-2. There he is. 2-2 now. Nobody on, nobody out. And the 2-2 pitch. 5 strikeouts for Lolich. He said, well, I'm tired of messing around with this fellow. Get that fastball in there to him. Brock has doubled and singled. Now batting .556 in this World Series. He's had 10 hits and 18 times. He was thrown out attempting to steal in the third when he was going for a record, as the Tigers pitched out on him and got him. St. Louis ahead 3-2 in the fifth. There's a drive in the deep left center. Willie Horton going over. Brock's on again. Horton up with it. Throwing in, and Brock now has 2 doubles and a single in this game. How can a man get any hotter in the World Series than this fellow does, George, last year and this year?
Kurt, he's a great hitter and a great ball player, but everything's breaking right for him. He's showing me a little something here right now. Against right-handers, he seems to pull the ball, and against left-handers, he absolutely refuses to pull unless it's an inside slow pitch. He's going away with Lolich all the time, and this is the mark of a good hitter.
Brock on second, 1 out. Javier has grounded out to shortstop twice. In the batter's box with a .353 series average. 3-2 St. Louis. They now have 5 hits, and the Tigers have had 4. Line drive in the left. Horton's up with it. Brock's being waved around. The throw by Horton, and he is safe. Out! He's out! They call him out of the plate. Joe Schultz arguing the third base coach. Brock trying to score on a hard line drive single into left. And I believe they're arguing that he missed the plate there. Red Schoendienst is looking down. Just about any other player would have held up at third. But Brock just kept coming on a hard line drive single in the left. Let's take a look at it on a rerun.
Here's a replay of it. Willie Horton has a good arm now. He doesn't throw real hard, but he's accurate, and here's the throw coming in, and you can judge for yourself right here. As Freehand takes the ball just as Brock gets there, and he did not touch the plate. As you can see, he hit about 3 inches in front, just as Doug Harvey said he did. Well, these umpires, they amaze you with these calls, Kurt. Watch it now. Doug Harvey pointed right in front of the plate, and you can see as he plants his foot there that he is just in front of it. He did not touch the plate.
Kurt Flood pops it over by the Cardinal dugout and out of play. Javier's on first. There are 2 down, and Brock thrown out by left fielder Willie Horton. 2 down. Flood has looped the single to right and grounded out. Kurt Flood pops it over by the Cardinal dugout and out of play. Javier's on first. There are 2 down, and Brock thrown out by left fielder Willie Horton. 2 down. Flood has looped the single to right and grounded out. The way Brock went in there standing up, it looked like he'd run by the tag. The ball, but when they all came out, as you saw, and were pointing, and then Shades was even looking down there. And then as George explained to you on the rerun, that foot of his just missed the front of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Javier on first. Foul back. And this one has been the most exciting of the World Series games so far, of action on the bases, hitting. The event suddenly turning around. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Flood. 2 down, Javier at first. 5th inning, 3-2 St. Louis. Lolich drives him back.
Kurt, we've seen Lou Brock thrown out on an attempted steal and thrown out at the plate, and this doesn't happen very often.
1-2. High fly, left center. Willie Horton is calling for it. Cardinals are out in the 5th. No runs, 2 hits. There were no errors, 1 left. Halfway. At the end of 4 1/2, St. Louis 3, Detroit 2.
In this remote part of Canada, people depend on the river. And by river, regularly as clockwork, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce brings banking service to them. The SS Jean-Briand is just one of the more than 1,350 commerce branches in this country. It's typical of commerce determination to make your banking convenient. Think how handy your own commerce branch is. Here's why. Because the commerce has more branches than any other bank on this continent.
Bank of Commerce, Bank of Commerce.
One of the world's great banks.
Quickly, let's go downstairs.
Kurt, I'm talking to Sid Hartman, top sports writer of the Minneapolis Tribune. Sid, this Tiger team doesn't look like it's dead to me.
That's for sure. You know, Tony, they looked great against the Twins all year. McLean was 6-0, and they just handled us all year. The last 2 innings, they looked like the Tigers. They looked against the Twins again. I don't think they're dead. I think they still can come back.
Sid Hartman, thank you so much. Let's go back upstairs.
All right, now let's get over for the last half of the game, the play-by-play by the Tigers telecaster, George Kell.
Thanks, Kurt. And here's the first pitch to Don Wirtz. It's down low. 1 ball, no strike.
Get out
Wirt walked his first time at bat. That was in the third inning. High pop fly. Maxwell shades his eyes. Wind brought that one back to the infield quickly. So Wirt is out number one on a pop-up to the shortstop.
You know, George, that Maxwell guy, I think, has played in 19 series games and he's never made an error in the World Series.
It's hard to believe, but you watch him and you can believe it, Kurt. He's quite a shortstop. Here's Mickey Lolich. He struck out in the third inning. One strike to Mickey. We're in the fifth. The Cardinals lead the Tigers by a score of 3-2. Cardinals got 3 in the first. The Tigers came back with 2 in the fourth inning. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mickey Lolich. Strike. Fastball right in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3 runs on 6 hits and no errors for the Cardinals. The Tigers have 2 runs, 4 hits, and they've committed 1 error. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball is outside, and it's 2-2. Shot from center field, as you can see McCarver flashing the signs. Curveball outside. 3-2 to Mickey. Lolich had a home run off Briles in game number 2, and Nelson throwing a lot of curves to Mickey today. Here's the payoff pitch. Foul ball. This one back into the upper deck. A beautiful, sunshiny afternoon here in Detroit. Another sellout crowd. The 3-2 pitch. He struck him out. Mickey Lolich went for the fastball, and he strikes out. There's 3 strikeouts in this game for Nelson Briles. 2 down, and the batter will be Dick McAuliffe. Dick has flied to center and bounced to the third baseman. One strike to Dick. He had a good swing at a fastball. Foul tipped it back. Tigers have hit the ball hard off Briles today. Cash just missed a home run with a long single. Here's the pitch. Down low. That one was close. 1 ball, 1 strike. Willie Horton screamed one down the third baseline that Shannon turned into a double play. Freehand missed a home run when the wind got his. Got the slow curve by him. I believe that's the first time today that Briles has changed up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Nobody on. We're in the 5th. The Cardinals lead 3-2. Inside. That evens the count at 2-2. We've had action today in both bullpens.
Come on, man.
Here's the pitch coming up to McAuliffe. Outside. And Briles didn't like that one. He wanted it. He thought he nipped the outside corner. But Doug Harvey gave the sign, and now he's explaining it to Red Schoendienst in the Cardinal dugout. Full count to McAuliffe. This fellow's got good power. A curve, and it's in there for a strike. Wiles came in with a 3-2 curveball, and he got it over. No runs in the inning, no hits, no arrows, none left, and the score at the end of 5. The Cardinals 3 and the Tigers 2.
Announcing your next car, the great new Chrysler. Outside it, the surface of the road and the shifting, ever-changing elements. Heat. The wind. Water and noise. The uncontrolled elements. Inside your next car, a controlled environment, a quiet cockpit where miniature memory systems monitor and complement your every driving habit. Your next car is here. The controlled environment is here. In your next car, the great new Chrysler.
We pause now for station identification. This is the CBC television network.
Cardinals 3 and the Tigers 2 here in the top of the 6th. This fellow right here accounted for 2 of the 3 Cardinal runs in the first inning when he hit a 2-run homer. Cepeda has a home run, and he struck out in the 4th inning. Mickey Lolich getting ready. 1 strike. He foul-tipped that one into the mid of Freehand. Cepeda hit a curveball for a home run. Lolich struck him out on a fastball in the 4th inning. Down low with the curve. 1 ball and 1 strike. You can see Governor Romney of Michigan in the background here. Seated right next to the Tiger dugout. There's a high foul that'll be out of play back on the roof. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We've got another sellout here today, and it should be the same attendance, Kurt, we've had the first 2 days. 53,634. Needless to say, tickets have been at a premium here in Detroit. The 1-2 pitch coming up. Just missed on the inside, and it's 2-2. Lolich a little dissatisfied with that one. He didn't say anything, just sort of shook his head at Doug Harvey. Lolich very rarely argues on a pitch. Down low, and it's 3-2. Well, it was 3-2 in the first inning when Lolich delivered a curve and Cepeda hit it into the left field seats. We'll see what he throws 3-2 here. Fastball, and he pops it up into shallow right field. K-line is coming on, and the old crow puts it away. No more curves, I guess, for Cepeda. He drilled him in on the fist with a fastball. That's 1 away, and the batter will be the third baseman, Mike Shannon. Mike flied to center field in the first inning. He was safe on an error by Norman Cash in the 4th. Tall, good-looking fellow. Down low. 1 ball, no strike. It's a top coat crowd here in Detroit. I would imagine the temperature is around 60 degrees. This one's foul into the Tiger dugout.
Except for one place, George, out of those bleachers. They're really soaking up the sun out there, and we see some white shirts out there.
That's right. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got the fastball by him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, with the exception of the first inning, and with the exception of Lou Brock, Lolich has been tough. Sonny Elliott says it's 62 degrees. Just phoned the Weather Bureau. 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball to shortstop. Mickey Stanley sidearms it over to Cash, and he's out. Boy, this crowd is still amazed at the way Mickey Stanley has moved into that shortstop position and taken over. This kid has got to be given all the credit in the world. World Series. And he moves to a tough position like that, Kurt.
Everybody thought that there would be so much pressure on him that it might blow him up completely for the series. He acts like they did him a favor.
They did him a favor when they let him play. I know that because, boy, he wants to play anywhere. Tim McCarver, the batter, with 2 outs and nobody on in the 6th inning. Takes it outside. 1 ball, no strike. Tim struck out in the 1st inning and walked in the 4th. Ron Davis in the on-deck circle. We've got a dandy here at Tiger Stadium today. A 3-2 ball game. Cardinals in front. Curveball in there. A ball and a strike to McCarver. There's Mickey Lolich, and this is Mayo Smith, the Tiger manager. There's a drive to right. K-line is there, puts it away. McCarver hit the ball hard, but straight to K-line in right field. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left, and the score as we go into the bottom of the 6th, the Cardinals 3 and the Tigers 2.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, feel confident. Stay dry with new Right Guard Antiperspirant, a completely new product from Right Guard. Right Guard Antiperspirant is a new defense against perspiration. It contains a tested agent that checks perspiration wetness. Feel confident. Stay dry. Get new Right Guard Antiperspirant in the silver can.
Give me a dozen lemon limes.
What?
Lemon limes.
Look, I can give you lemons or limes, but there's no such thing as a lemon lime.
No? Well, what do you call this? Gillette Foamy with lemon lime. Oh, smell it. It's not sweet like plain lime. The lemon keeps it tangy. See that? Gillette Foamy with lemon lime. Now could you give me a dozen lemon limes?
Sure, mister. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Jimmy, let's go swimming. Not in your life. I'm cutting out my baseball trading cards. What trading cards? The ones you get free on all Post cereal packages. Pictures of the top major leaguers with rundowns on all of them. Wow. And you get as many as 7 on every Post cereal package. 200 and all, free. Wow. And all you have to do is buy Post cereals. Let's see them. Gee, there's Roger Maris and Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle. He looks so real.
Well, kids, baseball season's here again. And with Post Cereals baseball trading cards, you can get a rundown on all your favorite players.
Hey, he talked to me. Mickey Mantle talked to me. You're goofy. Why don't you have your mother buy some Post Cereals and get your own trading card? Daddy did talk to me, look.
So start your day a little bit better with Post Cereals and start collecting your free baseball trading cards today.
Here's Mickey Mantle, powerhouse of the New York Yankees and winner of baseball's triple batting crown. Champions like Mickey train hard, play hard, and that takes real energy, plenty of extra pep and power. And Mickey knows that Karo syrup packs extra pep because Karo is so rich in important dextrose food energy. How about it, Mickey?
I need energy, lots of energy. Know what I do? I eat a hearty breakfast of hot pancakes and plenty of Karo syrup. Take it from me, this swell-tasting Karo syrup tops them all. I love it.
Yes, Mickey Mantle really goes for Karo syrup. Karo's dextrose food energy helps you star on any team. And taste? Say, Karo syrup tastes best, flavors best, because it's richer, smoother syrup. Have some tomorrow morning. Karo, America's favorite table syrup.
From Florida, a powerhouse of vitamin C. Florida orange juice is a real powerhouse of vitamin C for active people like Mickey Mantle, New York Yankees star. Mickey knows he has to have orange juice with its vitamin C and energy to play his best ball. And he needs it every day because the body cannot store vitamin C.
I have to have orange juice with its vitamin C and energy to play my best ball. And I need it every day because they say the body can't store vitamin C.
You want your family to have the best, the natural vitamin C, the kind you get in fresh, frozen orange juice from Florida. And with all this, it's so convenient and thrifty. 4 big, delicious glassfuls from one little can. Stock up today. It's a powerhouse of natural vitamin C from Florida.
Tony Kubek down in the stand.
We've got Mr. Cub here, Ernie Banks. Ernie, you played against Brock. I heard you used to step on his toe when he got on first base.
Well, I tried to. I tried to actually trip him up before he took off for second base, but he's a great ball player, Tony.
The Tigers look tough.
They are. They're really coming back. They have a lot of momentum going now, and it looks like it's going to be a great ball game.
Ernie Banks, we're looking forward to seeing you in the World Series someday. Let's get back upstairs.
Here's the pitch to Mickey Stanley, and he takes it up high. 1 ball, no strike. Mickey had a triple his last time up, and he scored the first Tiger run. He's 1 for 2 today. It'll be Stanley, Kaline, and Cash leading off here in the 6th for the Tigers. Down low, and it's ball 2 and no strike. Cardinals lead by 1. Bottom of the 6th inning. They've out-hit the Tigers 6-4. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, center field. Should be an easy play for Kurt Flood. Mickey Stanley is out on a fly to center, and the batter is Kaline. Kurt, you mentioned a moment ago that Kaline had never played a day in the minor leagues. Every man in the Tiger lineup today, with the exception of Norman Cash, has been signed by Jim Campbell and his crew and developed right from Tiger Town to Tiger Stadium.
The Cardinals have an interesting story on their side with some of the trades they've made.
Kaline takes the curve down low, and they traded a man out of their farm system to get Norman Cash, so you might say they were all developed.
As I say, you have to grow them yourself.
The pitch to Kaline. There's a base hit to left field. Al Kaline waited on the fastball, and he drilled it to left field. Well, this big crowd comes to life as the Tigers have the tying run at first base with only 1 out in the 6th inning. And the Cardinal bullpen is going to come alive.
George getting back to that farm system. You look out there in the field right now, and Brock, Flood, Javier, and Cepeda came to the Cardinals from other ball clubs and trades they made.
Norman Cash, the batter. He's had a single and a sacrifice fly today. Batted in a run. One strike. Norman's single, this is Willie Horton in the on-deck circle. Norman Cash single just missed being a home run by a foot or less. A line drive to hit the top of the fence. Steve Carlton throwing down in the bullpen. He was warming up earlier for the Cardinals. Cash takes it outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. A single by Kaline was hit number 5 off Briles. Cardinals have 6 off Mickey Lolich. Big crowd waiting. They know with 1 swing of the bat that Norm Cash can put the Tigers in front. Outside, ball 2 and strike 1. Javier has called time for a moment. He wants to adjust his sunglasses. Got a few clouds floating by right now, and the sun is peeping in and out. Norman Cash waiting on the 2-1 pitch from Nelson Briles. Kaline at first, 1 out. Down low. Ball 3 and strike 1. Norman Cash seeming to be a very relaxed young man. And this is Nelson Briles looking in to get the sign. The 3-1 pitch. Outside. Norman Cash gets the walk, and that brings Billy Muffet out of the Cardinal dugout. Billy, the pitching coach of this ball club, and very hurriedly coming out to the mound. As Kurt pointed out to you the other day, this is the way he pitched. He hurries to the mound, and when he was a pitcher, well, he got the ball and drilled it right back. And his conversation, Kurt's the same way.
Well, we've got Horton up there, the right-hander. Northup's on deck, a left-hander. Imagine if Horton does something. Carlton will be ready to come in against the left-hander.
And he might be in there anyway. They might not want Briles to pitch to the left-hander. But that remains to be seen.
Now they're warming up a right-hander. Just got up. Looks like Willis, George.
It is. Ron Willis throwing with Carlton. Willie Horton hit into a fast double play his first time up. He hit the ball hard. Shannon made a good play on him. Then he hit a triple and scored a run in the 4th inning. Briles getting ready. Ball, it's in tight. 1 ball, no strike. Briles got the first batter this inning, Stanley, on a fly to center. Gave up a single to Kaline and a walk to Cash. This one's tapped down the first baseline. Cepeda will make the play to first base unassisted. Briles took something off the curveball, and Willie hit it on the end of the bat and just dribbled it down the first baseline. So now the Tigers have runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 out, and the batter is Jim Northrup. He had a single and a run batted in his last time up, and a base hit here could put the Tigers in front. And they're going to put him on. Northrup's going to get the intentional pass.
Bill Freehand's on deck, George, and if he's ever going to get a hit in this series, now will be the time for him to do it.
Well, what do they say about the law of averages and being due and all that, Kurt? Certainly that would apply to Bill Freehand.
He's gone 14 times without a hit, and here he is now with the bases loaded. 2 down, and the Tigers 1 run behind.
Here's something unusual, too, Kurt. This fellow's being given a standing ovation right now. They don't quit on Bill Freehand in Detroit. And something else, very seldom do you see anybody walk to get to Bill Freehand. This fellow's a very determined young man. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 6th inning. The Cardinals lead by 1. Briles against Freehand. Ooh, did he burn the fastball by him, and Freehand had a good swing at it. Mayo Smith taking his cap off. Boy, he wants this one badly, as do all the Tigers. A 1-strike count to Freehand. One ball and 1 strike. Briles is throwing harder right now than he has at any time in this ball game. You can see the base runners. Northrop at first, Cash at second, Kaline at third, 2 out. Cardinals lead by 1 run in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. The fastball by him. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nelson Briles going to the fastball here against Bill Freehand. Notice how Bill is right up on top of the plate. He said he was going to hit up there today. Briles taking a little time. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Easy play for Maxwell as he slips it over to second. So the Tigers threaten and fail to score. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. 3 left. And the score at the end of 6, the Cardinals 3 and the Tigers 2. Action.
Dodge Fever saves the day. He's lost his head over Dodge Coronet.
Dodge Coronet, Design 69. Proving it costs less than you'd think to go first class on a 117-inch wheelbase. Coronet, trim enough outside to handle quickly, easily. Big enough inside to handle a crowd in comfort. 17 Coronets to choose from, including the Coronet Super B with 383 cubes of standard V8. A wild new way to get Dodge Fever.
Dodge is turning up the fever now. Get your cure for new Dodge Fever now.
Dodge Fever at your